Hi, Jay here. Forgive the helmet hair. I've been riding in my new motorcycle. And yes, I've got a 2015 Yamaha YZF-R3. Um, I bought an R3. I've had an R6. I had an R1 years ago. I got into cruiser bikes for a while, like V-Stars and stuff. And I really want a sport bike, but I'm not paying 20 grand for an R1 or, 14 for an R6. That's ridiculous for like a recreational bike at my age. So I went and got an R3. So tonight I'm going to review the Yoshimura Y-series R3 slip-on muffler. Uh, Here's a little diagram of what comes with it. And I'm also going to put some video of the stock versus the upgraded Yoshimura muffler. So first, here's the stock muffler. And here's the Yoshimura muffler. Okay, first let me say something. The R3 has a fairly good stock muffler. Okay, it sounds good. It's got a little growl to it. And, I mean, it's not bad. It's heavy, but it's not bad. And it looks good with the bike. Now let's talk about slip-ons in the R3. The R3 has a catalytic converter and it's fuel injected, which means it has an ECU. Well, what does that mean? Well, unlike a carbureted bike, when you throw, say like an R6, when I threw the can, two brothers can that I bought for the R6 years ago, you could tell an immediate difference. Okay, but I went back and jetted the carbs and everything, so you could tell a difference though just putting the can on. The R3, because it's a catalytic converter and fuel injected with a computer, all you're doing with the slip-on is decorative. If you're not going to put a full exhaust and pull the can off and the air injection system out, it's just decorative. So whatever you spend, it's just decorative. And even on the full exhaust, depending on who you ask, it's only 2 to 4 horsepower, which is 5 to 10% on a 42 horsepower bike. But the biggest gain you'll get is from throwing away the 13-pound catalytic converter, a couple of pounds of the air injection system. It's not much. And going from, say, 12-pound muffler to like a 5-pound can. So you lose about 20, 25 pounds. That's really where you get a lot of the performance boost from. But I picked mine up. It wasn't used. It was open and put together, but it was never used from a dealer in Ohio on Fleabay. And I think I paid $2.59 shipped, something like that. So I paid under retail. It took me about an hour and a half to install it. One of the things I didn't like is that it came with a silicone band that went in between the mounting band and the slip-on. Now the mounting band is just a fancy band clamp, okay? But the silicone band was C-shaped, so it fit around the inside of this band clamp, and it also had these little decorative oval cutouts that had a little liner that had to snap into place too. So it's really fidgety. It's a lot of fidgety bits. And mine was too long. I had to go back and trim about a 1/4 inch off so the ends met and laid perfectly flat. It was doing this and it would fall out from that end. So that was the fidgety part. The rest of the install went really easy. The Yoshimura instructions sort of sucked. Step 1, remove the stock muffler. And how exactly do you do that? A lot of instruction books come with, you'll need these 4 tools, you'll need these things, do this in this step. It's more like, hey, take that off, put this on, you're good. So, but luckily there's good videos out there on different slip-ons. They all mount the same way. Now, the R3 is a full-size can, and some of the people like the little short stainless or carbon fiber little mini mufflers. They're like, that big around, about that long. They're not real big like, there's lots of them. There's Akrapovic, there's Graves, there's Kaufman, and that's not my bag. I mean, it looks like a mini bike muffler to me. Now, that's just me, and I'm an old school kind of guy. This one looks like a real motorcycle muffler. And it sounds good. It sounds a little deeper than the stock muffler, but it's no big change. Okay? It's no big change. It just looks good. It's got the R3 badge and everything. So hopefully you've watched and you've seen the little videos. I did the before and after the stock and the Yoshimura upgrade. So is it worth it? You got to ask yourself that. So, but now let's talk about the TST Industries Protection Pack, and it looks like this. And inside that pack, it contains a fork sliders, swing arm spool and sliders, cut, which I haven't installed yet because it's just been too long to try and put them in, cut body sliders that stick out of the bodywork. You have to cut a hole so these stick out, frame sliders, and some bar ends. Now, I got a little... in 30 minutes, I put the front fork slider on, the bar ends, and the swing arm slider. Easy peasy, really easy. Unscrew, screw on. And again, here's the thing, even if you watch the video, you know, you tighten the front forks to like 11 inch-pounds, and you have to tighten the rear spool swing arm sliders to 55 inch-pounds, and just snug them up. They don't want you to crack the Delrin if you tighten it down too much. Just snug it up real good. You'll be fine. The bar ends, I'm going to show a little video that's got my walk around video. So let me put that in here. Okay, here's the TST Industries. There's the rear spool. Okay, it's out of black Delrin. I checked it after it was tightened down, and you know, I stuck, see there's the other one, and I stuck my paddock lift on the back, and the bike just went right up. There's the Yoshimura. Okay, and there's that band, that silicone band I was talking about. You had to fit it in there, and in these little cutout holes, it's got little riders too. That was a little bit of a pain in the butt until I trimmed it off so it would fit flush. Okay, now here is the front fork slider. I don't know if you can see this, but that's a silver reflective sticker. It also comes with a red one, but I put the silver one on. And here's the bar ends. Now, these bar ends spin. The stock ones fit flush. Okay, these really don't fit flush. The stock ones fit flush and had a key that locked them so they wouldn't spin. These spin fairly easy. I mean, they're spinning. The whole thing is. It's not loose. It's just spinning. So, there's the Yoshimura, by the way, R3. So, there's the other spool and the other bar end. See? And the other fork slider. So you can see that thing glowing now. And so that's what they look like. So the bar ends were a little, they stuck out a little bit more than the stock, and they spin, whereas the stock didn't. I thought all these things are very small. You know, like on the R6 I had the frame slider, you know, it was like this. I mean, it was like huge and stuck out the side, whereas, you know, this is like this big and it sticks out. Now, a lot of people said, it's because the bike's small. So, again, it's more decorative. Now, I will say this. The cut style are better than the no cuts. Now, what they do is instead of cutting your body work, there's a V that's near where you cut and put these in. And they have these mounts that mount to the frame, and it sticks out between that little V. And those are bigger because they have to stick out farther. And because they stick out farther, they make them wider. There's Woodcraft and Graves and R&G and a few others that make them. And I think R&G makes them. I'm not sure. But anyway, they're bigger because they have to stick out and farther. So I like the no cuts. And this isn't hard. The only thing is taking all the body panels off and cutting the hole for it. But it comes with templates. See, it comes with the templates. So I'm fine with that. They say if you watch the video of a wreck that they had on the bike that it shows the protection pack worked. The bike they show is an R1. Okay? So, and I don't know if it's the same size in the R1 as this. But I'll give them the benefit of the doubt and say it is. But one thing they did show in that video is they had metal, which they make for the R1, they had these metal engine case sliders that if the engine bottoms out, they slide. And those things were tore all to crap. Well, they don't make them for the R3. TST don't. R&G makes some rubber snap-on ones. I'm not rubber, they're polypropylenes. They're plastic. And it's a little softer than this, but it's still good stuff. The only person making an aluminum scuff guard with a polyethylene insert or a Delra insert, got to bring them out of China. They're not expensive, but so I may go get some of those also. So all in all, I give, and here's the rating, right? So all in all, I would give the Yoshimura a 7 out of 10. It really doesn't do anything, but damn, it looks good. Okay? And it's not real expensive. I think they're $310, $299-ish, $300 retail. The TST Protection Pack, I'm going to give it a 7 also, just because I don't know how well it's going to work. I will give it a 10 out of 10 for an install. Even this one's not really hard if you follow the instructions. And just like I said with the Yoshimura instructions, the written instructions, forget it. Go watch the videos. The TST videos with Drew, I think is who it does. Excellent. The written instructions, they're, sort of goofy. So hopefully you've watched this and you've learned something. And I'll be doing some more videos and some more items I've got coming in. But so that's my review of the Yoshimura Y-series R3 slip-on muffler, and my review and pictures and all that stuff of the TST Industries Protection Pack. So this is Jay saying have a good night. Keep the skinny tires up. Tween the ditches. I don't know. Drop a gear and disappear. How about that? So anyway, have a good night. This is Jay. I'll talk at you later.